I am unforgivably late. You're right. I am unforgivably late. You're right. Haha. Well, here we are. Share this in the Discord and we can get going. Okay. Wait, whoa. What did I do? Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. One moment. Where is the... Okay, cool. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Okay, hi, hello everybody. How's it going? How we doing? What's up? How's it hanging? How's it hanging? Alrighty. 0 viewers. What the hell's going on? Alright, so let's jump into the segment, I guess, if two people talking in chat and it says 0 concurrent viewers. What's wrong with the YouTube streaming studio? It's been like this for the last few streams now. That's bizarre. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to I had it up earlier. Hold on. Oh, we could cover this instead, or to start with. One moment, yeah? Finding my 4-day weekend from college. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Wish you did a retrial because the judge is way too biased and give the prosecutor a chance. A retrial may not happen. I wouldn't. Okay. I want to cover one other little thing before we do this, but if we're gonna do just a short, simple message, I say let's.
3, 2, 1. Venezuela.
Don't worry, I'm a nobody and I don't exist.
Ah, but you see, you fool, you are wrong about that. Nobody is a nobody when they have the power of Vuvuzela. Some people may feel like they don't exist, but you know what you can do? You can remind them that you exist by blowing a fucking Vuvuzela in their ears and rupturing their fucking eardrums. That's... yeah, try ignoring me now. That's... Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna blow it in the mic, don't worry. Well, my roommate is awake now. I could probably do that. Okay. Put it simply here. I was gonna say, don't worry too much about some people are like agonizing over the Rittenhouse thing. Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, in
It's not.
Venezuela,
That too.
Nah, I'm not real, I'm just imaginary.
But the but the power of the Vuvuzela is not imaginary. Are they usually telescopic? The cheap ones like this that you usually will find at that you would find at sports games before they started banning them. They usually are, because they go together easier. But you can get nicer ones that are like made of nicer plastic or like wood, and those are not. But this cheap $8 one I got on the internet absolutely is. Okay, here's a fun. Okay, let's get to a short little warm up then, yeah? Woo! Arizona man convicted after threatening Pelosi with "I'm coming to kill you" message. Why would you do this? Is it that hard to like think before you do this kind of stuff? You have to think like they're gonna know. It's a government office. They're gonna have the capability of knowing who's calling them and from where. Maybe they don't think. That's the problem. Stephen Arthur Martis, 77. Well, he's an old guy, so maybe not. Maybe he's not thinking. Left 2 voicemails at the speaker's office in which he made threats. The FBI had warned him about a past call. All right. An Arizona man who left a message telling House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, "I'm coming to kill you," was convicted Thursday, federal prosecutors said. Stephen Arthur Martis, 77, of Bullhead City, was convicted on 1 count of communicating an interstate threat, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona said Friday. Martis left the voicemails with Pelosi's office on January 17th. One continued the threat to kill Pelosi, and the other said, "You're dead," according to One contained the threat to kill Pelosi, and the other said, "You're dead," according to a criminal complaint. So this would have happened after Jan 6 as well. So, God. MAGA brain. About a year earlier, the FBI had interviewed Martis about a different message to another member of Congress and warned him that conduct is against the law, an affidavit filed in the case says. There's some weird grammar here, or my brain might be a little fried. Online court records show that the jury was deadlocked on 2 other counts. A mistrial was declared, and that a new trial date was set for those charges in January. Martis' attorney, David Eisenberg, said Martis would be retried on those counts after the jury did not come to a unanimous verdict. Sentencing set for January, maximum sentence on the counts 5 years in prison. Okay, some people may not know this, but it's a fun thing to know. In the United States, everyone knows it's illegal to threaten the president. Like that's a really commonly known thing. Eminem got in trouble for it during George Bush, during his presidency, because he made like a rap song about, I think the lyrics were like, "I want to kill the president." I'm quoting Eminem, okay? I don't. But he got in trouble for it, and he got investigated for it. Nothing came of it, but it was a thing. With him, he can make the argument it was like a publicity stunt, so it wasn't, an actual threat. But anyway, everyone knows you can't threaten the president. It's actually illegal to threaten any government employee. Now, a lot of violent threats can be illegal anyway, but this carries an additional thing. If it's a government employee trying to do a job or trying to do the job or something, and you threaten them, because you threatening them interferes with the government employee's ability to do their job. And that's a big problem. That can carry a felony offense. Yeah. So if you're hearing this, and if you're one of these people, guess what? You could fucking lose your guns by threatening government employees. So think about it before you call Pelosi and say this shit. Like, this law exists because there are nut jobs out there who are gonna violate it, and they're the kind. And if you're the kind of stupid person who's gonna violate a law like this, you might be the kind of stupid person who would actually act on it. So I don't really have that much sympathy for you. Okay. Is there more to this? 1 second here. Okay. Yeah, we don't care about the rest of it. I was hoping to see a face of the guy, but maybe not. I think it was like fucking Bullhead City, man. The people there, they're wacky. All right. Well, that's the warm-up. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty. Woo! And here he is hugging the attorney. Kenosha, Wisconsin. The jury has acquitted Kyle Rittenhouse, finding him not guilty on all counts brought against him. Verdict can be watched below. Ooh. Oh my god, 13 minutes? I don't know if I want to watch that.
Okay, folks, you're John.
Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Alright, hold on. Is this what I want?
Face the jury and hearken to its verdicts.
State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Fascist audio.
As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Members of the jury, these are unanimous verdicts.
Oh man.
Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury polled? No. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think that's all we really care about. Okay. What else is there to say, really? Now, let's be... There's a few things we can say here, right? Firstly...
in Venezuela.
Stupid is what stupid does. Mrs. Gump.
I'm assuming that's referring to the previous person. Although it could apply here, but that is much more appropriate for the previous story. Okay. Okay, this is gonna let's address this because I addressed this on one of the last streams. The way Kyle Rittenhouse cries does look fake. Everyone said it was fake. I said it was fake. But you know what? I saw a picture from the other thing. And that looks like an actual tear right there. This is from the first, when he was on the stand testifying. Zoom in, enhance. That looks like a real tear. So, looks can be deceiving. Perhaps I was wrong and too quick to judge about the crying. That's on me. I'll admit that. Okay? There. You got... Let the record be shown that Mr. Attack is not above admitting that he may be wrong from time to time. And he kind of started doing it...
So the fifth count of the information...
Shut that up. He kind of started doing it here too, right? You can kind of see. Yeah. it looks like it's the same kind of motion. But maybe that's just how he acts, you know? That's bizarre to look at, but you know, who are we to say? Right? Okay, that being said, there's a lot of stuff around this that it seems like a lot of people aren't don't really want to talk about. Maybe it's because I don't know, maybe it's because they think conservatives are going to take it and run with it. Maybe they're just don't want to say it. So I don't know. Let's just get some of it out, yeah? What the fuck is wrong with you to like bring guns to a protest? Let's start with that. Like, hey, oh my god. Rittenhouse aside, like that's a scenario that I can't ever imagine ending well. Oh, there's going to be a big protest over there tonight. Either you're going to join the protesters or you're going to like fight them, and you're bringing a gun either way. That's a bad idea. Like, that just sounds like a bad idea all around. Especially if you're open carrying. That's even stupider, in my opinion. Because you know what happens? What happens when someone has a gun and you have a gun and they want to shoot you? It's not like the Wild West where, you know, you stand in the middle of town and you wait for the clock to strike 12. No, whoever shoots you first and shoots you in the back of the head is the one who's gonna fucking kill you. That's usually how how gunfights go in real life. Okay, that aside, wildly irresponsible all around. As a person, your decisions, absolutely terrible. Now, I'll admit, you know what? Okay, self-defense. When you take away all the other context that adds up to it, okay, yeah, maybe he's right. Also, the judge threw out like one of the charges against him, which is kind of strange, but what do I know? The prosecution also royally dropped the ball too. Oh my god, absolutely. I think that might be the weirdest thing about this.
My beloved Venezuela.
But he is also from a different state.
That's true. I thought it was like, at first I thought it was from a while, kind of far away. Hold up, let's pull up the map. This is actually kind of... Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, so check this out. This is Kenosha right here. It's only like... It's like less than 5 miles from the border of Illinois. Yeah, his house is 15 minutes away from where it happened. It's not really that far away. Like, on any given day when I drive further than that. So that's not really that weird. I thought it when they put it like, yeah, in the early days, I also, yeah, when the story like first came out and first broke, I thought it was like a further distance. That's actually not that far. That's actually a pretty short distance. I travel further than that like pretty much any day when I go out and get groceries. So yes, misinfo. It's a further distance to drive, like, I don't know, from here even a quarter of the way through Phoenix. And it's not that... Phoenix is a big city. But anyway. Okay, so irresponsible for anyone to even bring a gun to these things. Irresponsible to be out late at night. 15 minutes away, I don't think that's really irresponsible. I don't think that's really strange. That seems fine. Now, if he flew across the country, that would be even weirder. But it's not what happened. He was much closer. Now, the parents. His mom dropped him there off with the gun and drove away. Well, he had a friend get the gun for him, which is also really weird. But I can't really fathom a friend of mine giving me a gun to go to something like this. That's insane. Now, if it's like, okay, here, it's your birthday, here's something nice. Okay, maybe. hey, here's a gun. Let's go down to the protest over there in Kenosha. Yeah. That's psycho shit. What the fuck? But here in the United States, that's not really that strange, I suppose. It's pretty common. But still, like, he was 17. Where the fuck are your parents? That's the big crime here. Where are your parents? What is going on? You should be like playing lacrosse. What is not this? What are you? It wouldn't surprise me though if he looked back on this and he's like, yeah, in hindsight, I'd probably would be playing lacrosse instead. Oh man. That's that. Okay, now let's talk about the big thing here. Still a crime to go across state lines intended to legally wield a gun. Well, he went across state lines and then had a friend in the other state get the gun there. So he didn't carry the gun across the state lines. Now you can say these laws are kind of weird that they exist in the first place, and I would agree with you. But apparently he didn't violate them. And in the state of Wisconsin, it's legal for 17-year-olds to have rifles, to have long guns. And that's what happened. And it's like that. Last I checked, it's legal. I think the age in Arizona is 16. 16 for long guns, 21 for handguns. Might have changed recently. I don't know. I'm several years past that. I don't care anymore. Prosecution also royally dropped the ball. Hospital way. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the big thing that everyone cares about. Honestly, laws just allowing open carrying weapons seems crazy to my Euro ass. Yep. Well, that's America for you. I think, I don't know. Every once in a while I see someone open carrying, and it's never been like a problem, but it's always like something that's like, I immediately notice it, and it's like, okay, file that away in the back of my head. Because it's like, I don't know if this guy, I don't know anything about this guy. This person might be psycho. This person might be really irresponsible. I really don't have any way of knowing. And I just get reminded of that every time I see someone open carry. But that in and of itself doesn't really mean anything. Also, it kind of seems like, just my opinion, but a lot of times when I see like open carrying people, it kind of makes me think you might be inviting something to happen to you. Not like someone to come up to you and like start shooting at you, but like, what if someone's like, okay, I'm gonna go break into your car now and see if you've got a gun in there so I can sell it. Because that happens. Guns are like one of the most, when people are like burglaring, guns are one of the like most stolen and looked for items that people take and try to resell on the black market. It's and it's like, if you're open carrying or you've got like, you know, an NRA bumper sticker or something. It's kind of like advertising to everyone who can see you, yeah, I've got something you can come over and steal. And that seems like a bad idea to me. Now that's that's a whole nother matter, I guess. I'm getting sidetracked. This mostly, the big thing we care about in this, ultimately, Kyle Rittenhouse is one person. He was 17, now he's 18. And you know, it's possible he could be a conservative commentator for quite a while now, but it's also entirely possible his experience through this has made him say, I don't really want to live a life in the spotlight anymore. And he lives a relatively quiet, or at least he tries to live a relatively quiet life after this. I guess time will tell. We'll see what he wants to do. But in the end, he himself ultimately doesn't really amount to that much. Just one guy. Now what we really care about. Okay, let's see what you've got. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Hold on. What we really care about are all the other fucking psychos who are gonna look at this guy and say, you know what? That's pretty inspiring. I think I'm gonna go do the same thing. And that's a fucking problem. For example, Steven Crowder, psycho, goddamn fascist, and overall piece of shit. Where are we looking here? Video.
Not guilty. Rittenhouse. That's the first count of the information. Joseph Rosenbaum.
Does he have his gun on the desk?
Kyle H. Rittenhouse,
Oh,
not
the gun's
guilty.
not there.
Yes!
Gross. Absolutely gross. Here we are. We will find no common ground until unilateral agreement that people who exist solely to do harm have no place in society, like child rapists, pedophiles, and repeat violent offenders. I assume he's talking about the people Rittenhouse shot. Because I keep seeing them say that. I don't know if I've seen proof of that, but I keep seeing them say it. So whatever. In the end, I'd say, fucking no. Because if you think you have open license and open season to just fucking start shooting people who you call child rapists, pedophiles, and repeat violent offenders, like, you'll just start calling everyone you don't like those things, and then you'll try to kill them to justify it. Like, half of you people think like Hillary Clinton is a demon and and takes adrenochrome from baby orphans. Like this is, you're just leaning right up into it. Anyway. Oh, what else do we say? Hold on, I had a thing here. Where did it go? The Onion article is pretty funny. What's the Onion article? All right. Okay, well, I'm not seeing it. Anyway, we were also going to say, Oh god. Okay, well, maybe I take it back. Life of Obscurity. Tucker Carlson. Kyle Rittenhouse interview. Monday, 8 p.m. Well, there goes that. Look at this guy. Now, what sucks about this is it's like... Now, one of the most surreal things about this is like... I look at him, I look at Rittenhouse, and it's like, you know what? I fucking knew people like this. That's what's gross about it. I think about these people like I went to high school with who were like just total pieces of shit. And it's like, oh god, these people are going to be a problem. One of the first comments. His legal troubles are far from over. He'd be smart not to take victory laps tonight. That's probably a good decision. He could probably... Now, it's unlikely, but it's possible he might be still facing federal charges, might be facing an appeal. Also, almost certainly, will be facing civil suits from the people he shot and the families of the people he killed. And unfortunately, those, well, unfortunately for him, those tend to not go quite the same way as criminal trials do. Now, that doesn't, it's not him going to prison or anything, but, oh yeah, don't forget this image. Hold on, I can't read this. Kyle Rittenhouse sentenced to 45 years of CPAC appearances. Is Kyle Rittenhouse sentenced to that, or is the nation sentenced to that? Anyway, the bigger problem here, like I was saying, how many people are going to see this as open license to just start bringing their guns to protests or any sort of other event which has people they don't like, people they, you know, Black Lives Matter people, and just start fucking blasting? How many people are going to be like, I'm going to go to his place, I'm going to pull a Rittenhouse? The thing is, he had it in his head to go there and do this. Now I wonder, you know, I can't help but wonder how many other people in this country are going to do that. The fact that all these conservatives have lined up behind him for this is kind of fucking terrifying. How many people like kill people in self-defense, you know, every year? A fair amount, it happens. But like, how many of them do you see people getting this rabid over defending? That's not normal. That's kind of strange. What the hell's going on? And well, they don't want to hear this, but some people don't want to talk about this. The truth is, the Republican Party is now a far-right goddamn fascist party. They've been radicalizing over the last several decades. There's no stopping them now. The train is off the tracks. It's off the chains, off the rails. It's not stopping. It's not. You can't stop it now. And these, I really do believe that like there's a good chunk of this country, and like people who listen to Tucker, that's why Tucker's doing the interview with him on Monday. They just want to fucking kill like a whole third of this country. They may not. This is probably like the closest we're going to get to them like explicitly saying it. They'll deny it, but it always comes down to it in the end. It always comes out through what they say and what they support. At least go provoking people, I guess. People have been doing that for a long time too. It's actually a little surprising there hasn't been more stuff like this. Yo, celiac. Hello, free pancakes. Have I seen you before? You seem familiar. Your name sounds familiar. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, like I was saying, That's the bigger context that I worry about. Rittenhouse himself, I don't really care. I don't really care about him. I don't really mind. what what I think probably would have been most fair is it's like, okay, self-defense, not murder. But you know, yeah, maybe you get some sort of irresponsibility negligence charge. That seems possible, but then again, maybe not. God, that fucking, yeah, that fucking prosecutor. What was he doing? Hold on, let me see if I can find the one of those clips of the prosecutor. I wonder if he was like trying to throw the thing. That was like the first thing I thought of when he first popped up. I was like, is this real? Is this the video? I think this is it.
You would hang out. Isn't it true when you would hang out with Dominic Black, you'd play Call of Duty and other first-person shooter video games?
Sometimes.
And those are games in which you use weapons like AR-15s to pretty much shoot anybody who comes at you, correct?
It's a video game where two players are...
Don't fucking make me sympathize with Rittenhouse. What are you doing? This is...
playing together.
Yeah, you see it.
I don't really understand.
You see it too,
the meaning of the
Pancakes.
question, to be honest.
Isn't one of the things people do in these video games try and kill everyone else with your guns?
Only in free-for-all mode.
Yeah, it's a video game. It's just a video game. It's not real life.
Now, you introduced
I gotta sympathize with Kyle here. He's like, what are you asking me?
yourself as living in Walworth County right now. Isn't it true?
See, show me his face again. Show me the prosecutor's face. Was it there at the beginning? What the fuck are you doing? This was like I think this was the first clip from the interview that I saw, and it was interview. This was the first clip from the trial that I saw, because I don't care to watch this stuff. It's all boring. But I saw this clip. I saw someone like titled it and said he asked if he played Call of Duty and he murdered people, and I thought like that can't be what happened, right? That can't be the context. There's no way someone with a law degree and an actual attorney prosecutor would say something like that, would ask a question this ridiculous. No, that's what happened. What the hell? What's wrong with this guy? Like what kind of question what are you doing? I wonder, like, is this guy like serious and he's like that out of depth with everything, or is he like, did he not care about this? What is this? I don't know if I've heard. I don't know. It's been several decades since like Jack Thompson, right? Wasn't he an attorney? I think he was. I don't remember. Yeah, he was, but he didn't like God. Okay, hold on. Jack Thompson, this was many years ago. Oh boy. John Bruce Thompson is an American activist and disbarred attorney. There you go. He's known for his role as an anti-video game activist, particularly against violence and sex in video games. He was a lot more.
2, 1, Venezuela.
Back to video games causes violence.
Yeah, clearly. All these kids today, all they know is violence and vuvuzela. That's that's all they know. Anyway, this guy did back then. This guy was like this guy was crazy. He was going through and suing, like he sued Rockstar for the violence in their games and shit. And he kept trying to get all these video games and like music and stuff banned, and people like hated him. Like by and large, okay, back then in like the 90s, like 90s early 2000s, like the only people who like really cared about him and listened to him were like the extreme conservative Christians, and like not like most Christians were like thought he was crazy, but like the really like strict evangelical kinds, they were like, yeah, no, we need to ban Grand Theft Auto altogether. And clearly he lost. It didn't get anywhere. But that's what watching this guy reminded me of. Like, you're like 20 years behind on your take's like 20 years behind. What are you doing, my guy? Not just that, you're here in a courtroom saying this. I can't wrap my mind around that. Jury got it right. Hey, Daz 1611 KJV. I'm not gonna really disagree with you. Don't worry. If you're still here, you may have just popped in just to say that and left, which happens. But if you're still here, well, you might not be wrong. Make no mistake, I don't like him. I don't like Rittenhouse as a person. I don't like what he did. That being said, that's what am I gonna do about it, right? I can't really read this chat. This is the guy. Wait, this is like the guy who said, "Are you gonna stop Fiesta?" I can't really. Did he not see countless studies show no correlation between video games and violence? I think this guy, I get the vibe he just doesn't know. This guy might not have. I don't know how old he is. He may have not ever touched a video game like outside of Tetris and Pong. Like I said, this was the first clip that I saw from the whole thing, from the whole trial, and I just thought, this can't be fucking real, right? It was. It was. Did we did we lose? Did we go? Are we back? Hello? Strange. Are we back? Hello? That was strange. Rip Tony Danza. Don't tell. Tony Danza didn't die, did he? No way. Oh, he's like 70. Yes, we're back. Okay. Strange. I don't know what's happening. Also, the judge said and did some weird stuff. But if we're being honest, this Call of Duty thing was like, this was the weirdest thing. This the judge did some weird stuff, but that prosecutor, what was happening? That is not, I don't know. Anyway, moral of the story, don't bring guns to protest. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't go to protests for now. Just to be safe, yeah. Maybe we should not go. We don't know. We don't know how many other Rittenhouse wannabes are out there, right? Just you gotta look after yourself. Might be, I don't know. Might be worth thinking about, right? Just being a little vigilant, a little careful. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. Adding to this, this happened at nighttime. Not the trial, the day of the shooting where he shot the people. It's probably not a good idea to do it at night. Like, that seems kind of like obvious to me, but it seems like a lot of, like, almost every time there's like a protest that turns to a riot or bad stuff happens, it seems like it almost always happens after nightfall. I don't know if that's just, I don't know if there's truth to that, but that's just the vibes I get. So probably don't go to these things at night. Oh, nah, I don't exist, remember? And then you like retracted every message. That's hilarious. Well, is there anything else to say? I don't really know. Look out for yourself. Don't bring guns to protest. Don't go to protest at night. Be a little careful and safe and judicious. Kyle Rittenhouse himself. There's only one guy. Don't lose too much sleep over him. Yeah. The Republican Party are fucking psychos. Is there much else to say? I don't really know what else to say. That's the big bulk. You know, that's the short and long of it, really. It is kind of bullshit. I'll just adding, it is kind of bullshit. He was able to do all that and then get away and be found not guilty on everything, while other people who have committed significantly less significant crimes get convicted and get extreme punishment against them. It's yeah. Oh my god. I guess I've been looking at Twitter. What are these fucking Nazis saying? By Nazi, I mean Jack Posobiec. Specifically him, not everyone defending Rittenhouse, but The Hill tweeted, VP Harris, the verdict speaks for itself. As many of you know, I spent a majority of my career working to make the justice system more equitable. Clearly, there's a lot more work to do. Jack Posobiec, you put innocent people in jail for years. Fuck, he's right. That's true. Does she say it?
Hey guys, well, it was a good trip, and
jet
I have
engine.
questions about the verdict, and the verdict really speaks for itself. As many of you know, I've spent a majority of my career working to make the criminal justice system more equitable, and clearly there's a lot more work to do. Thanks. Thanks all. Madam Vice President.
She fucking put parents in prison for truancy because their kids weren't going to school. Now, while there should be a punishment for that, that's significantly less serious than what happened in Kenosha. Harris. Oh. I still don't like Harris. I don't care.
Meanwhile,
First-
in Venezuela,
Is that marijuana Velp? That's 20 years for you.
Yeah, that's how it was. Although it's legal here in Arizona. Yeah. Historically speaking, that was how it happened. Yeah. Awful. Absolutely awful. What was I gonna say? Oh, I know. First woman vice president. I don't care. I still don't like her. I still don't like Harris. I despise her. You're not gonna get me on this train. I know. I voted for her. In the election. Yeah, I know. Voted for her in the Biden ticket. But I doesn't mean I like her. I still don't like her. You're not gonna sell me on this. Nope. Don't ever want to hear the conservative violent video games cause IRL violence take ever again after this trial. Yeah, I think it seems like a lot of conservatives have like walked off of that, or they don't really seem to say that as often as they used to. Like I said earlier with Jack Thompson, they used to be much more common, or well, relatively common at least. Some people weren't really certain about violent video games in the early days because video games were still relatively new, but violence in movies have been around for quite a while. Well, of course, even in the early days, they were with the Hays Code. A lot of violence was banned in movies, or de facto banned. Oh, I also heard a good take. Like, don't stress out about Rittenhouse too much. Don't like freak out on the internet about it, because you come across like a sore loser, kind of like how all the MAGA people have when they lost the election. And that's very true. You do come across like that. Now you can just say, oh, you're disappointed. Oh, you don't like it. Oh, you don't like what he represents. You don't like all the other people who are psychos who might take this as open license to do similar things and insert themselves into similar situations where they're clearly looking for a fight and clearly looking to kill someone. Well, Rittenhouse himself, not really worth getting too upset about. We'll check out the interview he does. Make no mistake, we'll do that next week. I promise that. But aside from that, it's not worth like freaking out over, you know? Just be chill, you know? Like it's almost certainly very likely he's not ever going to kill anyone else in his life. And if he does, well, then I'll sing a different tune. Okay, I think it's time to move on to the fun part. what I was wanting to do for the last day.
Well, that's a fair
Shut
point.
up. Shut up. Don't spoil it. Where is it? Hold on. I'm sorry, it's not. I have the clip, but I was looking for the whole thing. 1 second. It's here somewhere. I gotta find it. Okay, so
3, 2, 1. Venezuela.
Let me guess, I'm your OnlyFans.
no. I'm not that desperate yet. Make no mistake, though. If a day came when I thought, like, the money I would get from that outweighed some of the other ventures in my life, I would sell out. I would do that. I'm not above that. But we're not quite there yet. Huh. So I have a... here we go. Okay, well, spoiler. You gave away a little bit of his voice. Alright, I guess we'll start with the clip, and then we can try to find the full thing in the whole video for extra context if we really want, because it's Jordan Peterson. Trump played up violent video game narrative and Parkland shooting happening, invited video game company reps to talk to the White House. We're pulling this talk session about it. I don't think he was like genuine about that. I think he like heard that from someone and just repeated it, and then he spoke to the video game reps, and then he was like, you know what? I don't really care. Video games just stupid. And then he moved on. Okay. I guess, all right, let's do the segment. Jordan Peterson, okay, this is currently on Enough Peterson Spam, 1 day ago. Jordan Peterson is trending on Twitter. No, I gotta do the... Hey, looks like we're back. Hey, looks... Nice. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I guess, yeah, there was a bunch of excavators working in the neighborhood nearby, so I believe they're working on fiber optic cable. It's big, bright orange cables. I don't know. There might be a thing happening. That seems like it might be a possibility. It's supposed to be like a big upgrade, so it's very nice. It's already like faster than it was, but I guess it's a possibility. You know, things are still gonna dip in and out.
3, 2, 1. Venezuela.
Here's some money to fix your internet, maybe Tucson.
Well, thank you. The problem isn't... the only way to fix my internet now would be to move. Although this should... By the time they're done with this, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. This is actually the best internet I can get here. Alright, let's try this again, yeah? Okay, this is one of the top posts recently on Enough Peterson Spam. Jordan Peterson is trending on Twitter because of his performance on BBC Question Time. All those inverted commas were necessary. No, wait. Inverted commas? Inverted quotes? Yeah. All of that was necessary. You'll see. Full screen. Let's go.
Well, that's a fair point. I'll come to John.
I think the same point I made earlier applies, is that things need to be particularized rather than generalized, as a general rule, let's say.
World's leading intellectual Jordan Peterson. Things need to be particularized rather than generalized. Amazing.
And so
you could just say, I'd like to talk about some nuance, and just leave it at that, and then get to the nuance. Hold up, I gotta Google these names. Well, I think that's the segment. We can probably end the segment there. I'm sorry, I just realized something. Okay, I scrolled down to like look at the names here. Fiona Bruce presents an hour of topical debate from Beckingham. On the panel, Mims Davis, MP, Employment Minister, Conservative. Okay, it's all one person there. Stella Creasley, MP, Labor. Stephen Flynn, MP, S&P Business. Energy and Industrial Energy spokesperson at Westminster, SNP. Nazir Afzal, OBE, solicitor, former chief crown prosecutor for Northwest England, and Professor Jordan Peterson. All these other people are like politicians and shit. And then there's Jordan Peterson. What the fuck is going on over at BBC? BBC, put me on. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Why is it that the BBC hasn't put me on? This is Stephen Flynn. That's his name. What does SNP mean? I've seen this before. Scottish National Party. Oh, God. I don't know if that's, like, good or not. Oh, Social Democrats. Cool. Wow, was that really copyrighted? Holy fuck. I hate these people. It just had a notification. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted content. Wow, I've never seen that before. Oh well, what? I guess we'll find out. Well, I recorded the whole thing, so it's not gonna mess that up. So BBC is like publicly funded, but then all the content, but the content is not public domain? That's bullshit. If NASA makes videos, it's public domain. You know, here in the United States, if it's produced by the government, it's in the public domain. It's pretty straightforward. Anyway, oh yeah, they do that now? Well, that's nice to know, I guess. Wow, that was amazing, though. Alright, well, I probably went playing it too long anyway. Well, we don't need to look at it anymore. Bye-bye, Peterson. Bye-bye, lobsters. Well, what do we think? Was that satisfying? That was satisfying. I think that was satisfying. I think that was very satisfying. I'm happy with that. That was so good. Like, can you imagine, like, if there were more, if that sort of stuff happened more, like sometimes it doesn't quite work if you're not in like a proper like atmosphere, or environment. like can you imagine like when Vosh is talking to Charlie Kirk and then Charlie Kirk is like, it's a home. I think gratitude's a moral necessity. Can you imagine if Vosh was kind of like, what are you doing? That's creepy. But it's not a good environment for him to do that though, not with Tim Pool, but or like when Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were debating and Trump was like following behind her on the stage. If she just turned around and was like, what are you doing, you creep? That would have been so good. That would have been like so humanizing to her. But these people never do it. They don't have so many people don't have the right stage presence for it. They don't have the experience. Yeah. Ah, well. What do you gotta do? Okay. Is there anything else for us to cover? I think that's all the big stuff I wanted to go over. Let me check real quick. Oh god. Well, okay, hold up. I got one thing here. Don't spoil it. No spoilers. No spoilerinos. This is from r/Dave Rubin. I used to think Dave Rubin's political commentary was a tragedy, but I now realize it's a comedy. Trigger warning. You're about to look into the mouth of madness. Sometimes you gaze into the abyss, and the abyss gazes back, and sometimes that abyss is David Joshua Rubin. Hilarious. Who's gonna go Joker before... Who's gonna go Joker first? Me or Dave Rubin? He's already there. It's too late. That's amazing. I'm the Joker, baby. Wait, how would Dave Rubin say it? I'm the Joker, baby. That's the thing. Oh no, what have I done? Why? Should that be? Should I make that like a stream alert? Like a donation alert? Oh no, I probably should. I need more Dave Rubin ones. I only have like one Dave Rubin one. That's just so weird. I'm a lot like Joker from the movie The Joker. What you can't afford your meds? That's not good. That's no good. Hold on. What? Okay, all my yeah, all the stream alert all the stream alert stuff is like from donations. It's just for donations, but they're all set to random, so it's just like pure random what you get. I might change it at some point in the future, so like, you know, different numerical amounts will trigger specific ones if there's an interest in that. That one might be interesting. There's only one Dave Rubin one. It's this one.
Tell that to the people of Venezuela.
This is a test super chat alert for $91.
Tell that to the people of Venezuela. That's the only Dave Rubin one. How many do I have? 3. I only have 8. Okay. I've got a bunch of other like Star Wars stuff that I've deactivated, but yeah. Anyway, I guess we could put it like, you know, 25 cents more or something. You get a specific one. That might be funny to do. I just haven't gone through and done it yet. No one respects Rubin, especially himself. Oh. That is actually so true. You think he's like a neurotic mess? I think he's a neurotic mess. Have I seen the debate with Dillahunty and Peterson? I did. Didn't you mention this earlier? Or someone did? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did. It was bizarre. It was a few years ago now. It was like really. Yeah, some of the arguments he made when talking with Dillahunty, even Dillahunty was kind of like taken aback. Like, that's like a child's. That's like worse than a child's like reasoning. Well, that's. I don't know if I can go over the Dillahunty debate. Let me see real quick. Matt Dillahunty, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, it may not be. It might be someone else's content. Yeah, I don't know. Full video discussion at Pengberg Philosophy's Patreon. What the fuck? I am never gonna fucking paygate my shit, okay? I have stuff on, there's like a handful of videos I have on Patreon. It's like it's all behind the scenes stuff, or like stuff I've cut, or green screen content. If anyone wants it, like I'll give it to you, okay? It's not pay gated. I might just like remove the pay gate entirely. Although the content on Patreon is not very good, if we're being honest. All the behind the scenes stuff and cut stuff, it's like this is cut for a reason. It's not that great, and I haven't put as much effort into editing it. I put some more green screen stuff up though. I already have one of like the Vuvuzela. That would be funny. We can do some more of that. Debate review when? What, of Dillahunty and Peterson, or like as content in general? Is there desire for that? I never really watch it when like I never really watch it when other people do debate reviews. I usually just watch the straight debates. Is that like a common thing? Is that like I know like Vosh sometimes does debate reviews. And the Surfs does. Yeah. Watching Hunter Avalon debate Nico House. As you can see, I haven't watched that one. Just watched some of the more recent ones with Rittenhouse because big deal. John Doyle because who's crazy. And then some of those other ones. Yeah. I don't know if that's like, if there's people like that, that'd be cool. I guess I could do more of that. I should be streaming more. I always say that. I always say I should be streaming more, but I haven't done that. Oh, I should. A second here. I have. Is there anything here that would dox me? Nope. I have a calendar here, a planner. Yeah. As you can see, I have S and V's. They stand for stream and videos. So I've got like each day I've done a stream or a video, I've got it marked on this planner. Yeah. And then I use like the day-to-day stuff for more like more detailed. It's like hourly. But The goal was have 100 streams or videos this year. And I started strong, and now I've fallen a little bit behind. So maybe I should do a little bit more just to reach that 100 goal. I think we're at 84 for the year, something like that. Hold on, I'm sorry. I just noticed Occam's razor is when Ruben is respected. Oh, that's good. I tried to donate, but I forgot. YouTube has my expired card. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You donate or you don't donate. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I always appreciate it, but if you don't wanna, you don't gotta. It's all fine to me. The main thing you get out of it is my gratitude and the ability to blow a vuvuzela in my ear, which is objectively hilarious. Well, I guess we could try doing more debate reviews. I would like to do more debates, as I keep saying, but it just hasn't materialized. Review Vosh's debate coverage of other debates. No. Actually, that might be fun to do once. And then we're never doing it again. Because when for example here, yeah. Okay, Hunter Avalon debate Nico House. 1 hour and 22 minutes. And I'm guessing Hunter Avalon Nico House. How long is this? Okay. Bizarre debate of Nico House, Hunter Avalon, 53 minutes. Vosh's adds 30 minutes to it. Mine would probably add 1 hour to it. It would be funny. It might be funny to do it like once and not like a regular thing though, because then it's like, oh yeah, here's a 2-hour video that's not really adding anything to it. So I sit there and it's like, oh, and here's Hunter Avalon and Nico House, and then here's Vosh, and then here's me. I disagree with your analysis, Vosh. I don't say anything about the original debate. I just talk about the analysis. That might be fun to do, but I could see that getting very old very fast. I remember you streamed a lot more before June. Not a lot more, but more. You can tell, thanks to my handy Dan. Thanks to my fucking notebook, I have it. Yeah, it was like at least once a week. Like, straight down here. But then, well, some real life stuff happened, and then, I don't want to do it. and then like it was like some real life stuff happened, and then I focused on finishing the Dave Rubin video were the two big things. And it was also, you said before June, that's right. It was also really fucking hot. It gets to be 110 degrees here in the summertime. Sometimes we have days 120. That's Fahrenheit. That's it is not. Oh god, on those days I don't feel like doing much. It's it is exhausting. June's the only month we have sun here in Britain. We always have sun here. I'm sure you could probably add actual things if you were just watching a debate, talking about where people's arguments become stronger or weaker, can be improved to get points across, etc. You know, I already have a few people in mind when you say that too. That's the good part. Okay, you know what? We could do this. If we're gonna regular stream content. You gotta call in on bitches? What do you mean? Like more like boop 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 boop. Excuse me, is your refrigerator running? Cause that would be really weird, cause they don't have legs. Okay, I'm sorry. That was so stupid. You mean like talking to like other streamers and whatnot is what you mean. I really have not done much reaching out to other streamers. Only a handful. Here and there. Yeah, I've maybe I've dropped the ball here. I've like, let's see, who have I like spoken with? I've spoken to Xander Hall a couple times. Texas Tim spoke to Xander Hall, that's right. I've exchanged a few emails with Vosh, but not much. I've seen the Surfs comment on some of my videos, and I think that's about it. Yeah, you have. Connecting with people is important. I have what? I'm sorry, I don't know what I mean. I used to watch Xan, but he's just so stupid. Oh no. You got anything in particular in mind when you say that? If I'm being perfectly honest, I haven't watched him in a while. I haven't watched most other like political content creators in this space in a while. It's only when a few things happen, like it's usually only when like something particular happens that I go and like, okay, what's going on? I gotta see. You have dropped the ball? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe if it's, hey, maybe if you actually reached out to more people, Zach, you could have like, 5-figure subscribers. It's not like you're unfunny. His heart's in the right place, just very uneducated. Gets way too high in debates or just says, guys, I'm so high. Oh god, does he really do that often? That's disappointing. I don't... You know what? Maybe he needs Texas Tim to call in again. Set him straight. He does. I don't hate Xander Hall. He's just not that. Sometimes though. Sometimes he's been hilarious, and then sometimes he's not that hilarious, and sometimes it's been like, you're not consistently funny enough for me. But it's not his fault, and that's kind of not. It's not like a. Don't hit him either. Don't want to be mean. Just to remember how young he is. That could be part of it. Gotta get into the minds of other viewers. Yo, I DM'd. What's that one guy's name? He was up and coming, then he's like crazy now. Hans of Hakir. I DM'd him, and then yeah. I can link this. This ain't no big deal. Put me in the panels, coach. I'm ready. He was doing panels, and he said, yeah, of course. And that was over a month ago. No response. That's okay though. He might not be. He shouldn't be going through some things. I don't watch Zan. I don't hate Zan. I don't watch him anymore. He's gotten annoying recently. Is he really gotten annoying? I don't understand how. Unfortunate. Hans Victor, yeah. I don't understand what happened with some of these people, like Hans. I don't know. He see something. I don't know what was up with him. I shared myself on the hippy dippy recruitment. I don't know if that matters. I should just maybe I should just like start DMing everybody in this hippy dippy recruitment channel here and just be like, yo, what's up? Let's go. Being insane makes more money. Does it? Well, maybe it does. Hans has more viewers than me. Let me pull him up. Yeah. 3.64K. That is more than me. Dude, yeah, get on the hippy dippy. I don't know if I can get on the hippy dippy. Dylan Burns doesn't schedule it. Or he doesn't organize it. And the other people have do not disturb on. I don't really know. I don't know what to do. I don't really know how to like. Just tell Dylan you don't like Xander Hall, he'll let you on. What do you mean? Does Dylan and Xander Hall not like each other? I saw that one where like he hung up on Xander Hall, but I don't know anything else beyond that. What if I got on and then I just blew a vuvuzela in his face? Yes, he hates Xan. What happened? What if I just get on, I just blow the vuvuzela, and then I'm like, that was for Xander Hall, and then I dip out. I don't know if they actually don't like each other, but he at least jokes about not liking him. Okay. Well, that's not necessarily a problem. It is a little funny. You look at... Oh god, this is going to play, isn't it? Okay, no. You look at... I don't want to be, like, mean, right? But, like, you look at some of these people in this hippy-dippy recruitment channel on his Discord, and it's like, I don't want to be mean. Here's some random guy. Fluff1432. 28 followers. I know you want to grow. That's admirable. It's just, I have 2,500. Put me in, coach. I want to go. I'm here. I'm ready. I got the training. I got theater experience. I know what I'm doing. I have some of the 11 followers. See? Like, come on, put me in. 59 followers. And Enlightened Libs from the UK. Profile doesn't exist. Well, rip. Disappointing. Prime K's and Shark Zero. What would I reach out to them for? Prime K's does panels. Does Shark Zero do panels? I've only seen a few of his things. I gotta say though, from what I've seen of Shark Zero, I found him hilarious.
What's
where's his most popular? Yeah, like I saw this months ago. And the one of Frederick Douglass, he's got clown makeup on. That's just, he went all out and put clown makeup on for this video. That's amazing. Maybe I should do that for a video. That would be fun. I haven't seen the video. 1 second. Let me see if I can find the video for you. I don't want to mean, but those people look like dorks. You were the Chad. I don't know. I do a pretty good job, and I'm entertaining. Now, the number don't go up that high, but it's up a little bit. So, it's not nothing. Their numbers are weak beta numbers. I can tell you that much. That's not that it really matters. They want to grow, and I respect that. They're working it. There we go. Well, we have here response to Dylan Burns for kicking me from the Hippy Dippy Roundtable from Xanderhall. Hippy Dippy Roundtable featuring Dima Mama and Dylan Burns. And then it's probably towards the end of it. Cringe. Awkward. Hold on. Please don't be noisy. I don't know which one it is, so I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait.
We're all there. You were all there last Friday, when the moment happened, on the Hippy Dippy Rumble, when I was wiping the floor with everyone there, even Des.
Hold on. I think that's it. Let me. Does he have it here?
That will probably wiping the floor with everyone there.
I think this has
when
it.
the
Let's
moment
go.
happened.
Let's go.
On the Hippy Dippy Rumble, when I was wiping the floor with everyone there, even Destiny, I was wiping the floor with him with his mop he has on his head because he hasn't gotten a haircut in far too long.
True.
I was blowing everybody the fuck out.
Yo, Zan, maybe you should. I know you're busy wiping. Maybe you should look into investing in a bidet. It's environmentally sustainable and feels nice on your booty.
Going off on the death penalty, on how Biden was doing in office, on Cuba, and self-diagnosing when it comes to mental health. I was blowing everyone the fuck out.
He was popping off!
Until that motherfucker, that Vince McMahon...
Your audio's desynced.
...ass motherfucker, Dylan Burns,
Ugh.
realized he was sitting there in his chair moderating the debate, and then he realized, oh God.
Xander was too much for me.
To get this far. Zan wasn't supposed to be pulling these punches this stream.
I can't handle the big dick energy.
God. He wasn't supposed to be doing this well. And so he made the executive action to kick me from the call.
What's probably most likely is that out of a gesture for good PR is that we'll probably
Zan,
send some...
Did you lie to me?
Did I lie to you?
Did you speak this topic?
Yep. Wait, I spoke last round, not on this round, no.
Wow. Anyway, so we're gonna keep going.
That's what happened.
Can I add one small thing to what Joe?
He kicked me. He actually kicked me. What? Oh my god, tell me it's not a joke. Tell me it's not
So I don't remember. Did he actually speak during that round?
a joke.
Or
Is that
and he
real?
spoke a second time? Because I would forget.
Dude, real? Actually?
Because I never get into panels like this, but I would be the kind of person that's just like, I don't respect the wait your turn kind of thing. I would just be talking every time I got something to say. You'd have to mute me.
Actually real?
I wouldn't respect it. I'd be like, no, I didn't talk.
Way.
I don't have
I'm
the
going to
talking
Dylan's
stick.
stream.
Oh yeah, my only opinion on the hippy dippy thing is free my man Xanderhall, okay? I hear he was done dirty. That's all I heard. I really don't know that much, but I heard he was done dirty. I saw the Twitter memes, okay?
Solidarity forever.
No vote. No agreement from the judges. His own executive decision. Because
Pure goddamn fascism is what it was.
he was biased in favor of Destiny and Demon Mama having a 1v1. He just couldn't have me going in there and beating both of them.
Yo, I buy that, by the
and
way.
taking home that belt.
I believe that.
Let me tell you all. Pulling punches does... Sorry, not pulling punches. Wrong word. But guess what? Guess what, you motherfuckers? I want you to listen
Throwing
to
the
me.
fight.
I want you to listen well, okay? I'm not giving up. All I know now is that I'm so likely to win next time. I was so close to winning that Dylan had to, in an act of God, take me out of the game. So next time, now that everybody's on to what Dylan's plans are, to try to prevent me from winning.
So Dylan has like a belt, like a big like wrestling belt as part of this, and I don't care for any of that. I just want to like argue with people. That itself is the reward for me. That makes me much. That makes me cut from a different cloth from everyone else who's interested in this. That in itself is reward for me, even if I don't like get any number growth out of it. That would be happy doing that.
Next time, we're gonna fucking get that belt.
Yeah,
we're gonna get that fucking belt. Listen, before going into that, I didn't think we had a chance.
It's like, oh, do you want a bunch of money? No. Money is not the reward. Life is the reward. Money is the fuel.
I didn't think I had a % chance, even, if I'm being honest, of getting that belt. But now, after how last Friday went,
is there more to this?
I think I got a Instagram,
care.
on TikTok, join my fan Discord.
Okay, I don't care. Nope, sorry, you're not. He has TikTok? I don't see TikTok link in the description. Sorry. They're doing theatrics, mimicking Wrestling Mania. Hey, I actually like worked for WWE not as a contractor. I set up the whole what do they call it? You know the arena where they fight in, the boxing ring? It's not a boxing ring. I didn't set that up, but I set up the TV screens for it. For WWE SmackDown. And John Cena was there beforehand. And so I've got some street cred. That was many years ago, though. And that is my Kevin Bacon number. That's my closest Kevin Bacon number. I worked that thing with John Cena. That's 1. John Cena was in a movie with Kevin Bacon. That's 2. So I have 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Oh. I went to college with people who studied film and theater who moved to LA, and my degrees of Kevin Bacon number is lower than theirs. That's so cool. You kidding me? It's dope as fuck. It's really not that exciting. It's just a contract worker for the staging company here in Arizona. And they needed a bunch of people to set up the stuff. And that's it. That's all it was. Set up the stuff and take it down. They did feed me, though. That was pretty cool. What else am I going to say here? Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about that. There were a bunch of other wrestlers there, too. Sorry, wrestlers. There were a bunch of other ones there too, but I didn't know any of them. I don't watch this stuff. I don't recognize any of them. John Cena was the only one I recognized because of his acting, and you know the meme. And what did I do? What did I say to him? Nothing, because there wasn't anything to say. Because I was a professional. I'm here to do a job, not talk to John Cena. And I did some debates in college. Not like, I wasn't in a debate club or anything. I was in a club in college they called, don't cringe. Well, you will cringe. Cringe warning. I was in a club in college that was called the Secular Free Thought Society of ASU, and there were debates done in the club. Every year, I don't think the club exists anymore. Every year, we would have a debate with. I probably mentioned this before. Every year, we would have a debate between one of us and one of these evangelical preachers who would show up on campus and yell at people. His name was Brother Jed. Well, I don't remember quite who. He wore a hat all the time. Brother Jed, yeah. Will this image open? This image will not open. Yeah, this guy. Every semester, he'd come onto campus. He'd schedule a thing where he shows up every semester, and every time we'd invite him to debate one of us. He would only debate religious topics, which is perfectly fine. By religious topics, I mean specifically Bible topics. And we would pick a champion to debate him on these particular Bible topics. I never did it because it was his knowledge of like all the nuances and some of the Bible stuff is actually very impressive. And it would always be someone with a lot of experience who could like recite most of it just from memory. We'd pick someone like that every time. So never me. I was never interested in that. But yeah, it was really cool. And even he was like, you know, this is the I go to all these colleges and this is like the only club that seems excited to see me every time I show up. I loved that. That was so cool. And then some of those people in that club became Jordan Peterson fans. And I was upset at them and disappointed, and I made this YouTube channel about politics. And that's some of my experience with debating. I feel like my life is like just really boring and disappointing, but then I sit and explain some of this stuff and it's like, that's actually pretty cool. I am proud of some of this. It is like a boss fight. Yeah. Like him holding the staff and the drip. You can't deny the drip. He looks like a boss fight, or like a, you know, like an NPC, but like a very important one. and and it's like, oh, you see him walking in town. Yep, this guy's going to be an important figure in the narrative. uh yeah, here's just some pictures of Jesus saves from sin and hell. Be sure your sin will find you out. You deserve hell. Yeah. Warning to all. I've seen this sign. Warning to all fornicators, adulterers, sodomites, lesbians, fallationists, masturbators, vixens, porno freaks, drunkards, idolater, hypocrites, self-absorbed potheads, baby murderers, feminists, gossips, liars, non-Christians. I think you got just about everyone there. Oh, I see. He put idolater hypocrites. They're hypocrites for their idolatry. Okay. I was tripped up because I thought the idolatry thing was supposed to be plural as well. No, it's not. It's two because he also has self-absorbed potheads. Not just the self-absorbed people. It's the potheads who are self-absorbed. Okay. That makes sense. The weird sign makes him suddenly lose coolness points. Well, when you hear him, when you hear the stuff that he's like saying, he's not a cool guy. Some of his preaching stuff is just like, it's deliberately confrontational. A lot of it's mean, and it really doesn't really bring anyone over to Christianity or even interested in it. But that's what these people do. They might think they're like scaring people or warning people, but I really think for a lot of them it's just kind of an outlet for like their own anger and frustrations. They don't really have a healthy way of channeling it. Hold on, I thought I saw something interesting here. But like, you know, when he would do the debate stuff, it was like I'm not quite sure. It was like the tone was very different. It was the same guy, he believed the same stuff, but the tone was quite different from what it was when he was just outside the same building, like just a couple hours ago. It was like outside the building, it's like fire and brimstone, and then inside the building, you know, there's fire and brimstone, of course, but we can discuss the fire and brimstone. You know, what? It's fire and brimstone, but there's some more things going on. There's also sulfur, and it's Charisma News. 76-year-old preacher banned from university after confrontational preaching. This didn't really happen very often at ASU. Like, in order to get banned from the campus, like, you pretty much had to like be violent to people. That was like the only thing they would do. Like, at least back when I was there, you had to like make it a thing where you were regularly being violent. What is this? Police issued a trespassing warning to 76-year-old preacher George Brother Jed Smock after escorting him off the campus. Police claim Smock pushed a gay man, but the preacher says he did no such thing. He also claims the police intervened only after he began speaking about President Donald Trump. Okay. This can mean many things. Brother Jed has been preaching on university campuses across the U.S. for 48 years. Tells Christmas News he and his wife, Cindy Smock, were preaching at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, when police grabbed him and escorted him back to a squad car and wrote him a trespassing ticket. Yeah, when I say violent, usually pushing is more, or pushing doesn't meet the bar for violence, at least when I was there. He said I would be banned from the university for a year, Brother Jed says, and I said, I'm not trespassing, I'm exercising my First Amendment right to free speech. Brother Jed says the police then told him another officer witnessed him assaulting a student. I don't know. There's no video, I don't know. The story is that two gay men were kissing and I shoved one of them. I did take a picture of them, but I was not even close enough to push them or shove them. So I think the police made that up. Now they're claiming the issue is not a free speech issue, but an issue of violence on my part. Police first arrived on the scene after receiving a call that Cindy made physical contact with the student who was protesting his preaching. Brother Jed says it wasn't how the situation happened. My wife was preaching, he got right in her face, then began crying, "Hail Satan, hail Satan." So I got beside her and was filming him, and he got quite irate, demanded I stop filming him. My wife didn't shove or touch anyone at all, so if there's any violence, we were the victims. Here we go. Brother Jed believes he and his wife faced discrimination on the campus because of their support for Trump. I don't think that's what it was in this case. I think it might be because you're screaming at people, and they don't like that. They probably don't like anything that disrupts the normal environment of the university. That's probably what it amounts to. Most people, I feel like most like institutions and police too. Oh, you support Trump? They don't care. They don't. Oh, but you're causing a ruckus about it. Now we got a problem. Now there's a big crowd of people gathering here. Yeah, now we have a problem. My wife is wearing a pair of white, red, and blue sneakers that have "Make America Great" on them, he says. And I said, we're evangelicals, we believe in, and we support Donald J. Trump. And of course, the name Trump on a liberal campus kind of sets people off. It is kind of funny how people like him. When did this come out? 2019. It's kind of funny how people like him, all the evangelicals, fucking lockstep behind Donald Trump. It wouldn't surprise me if, like, he dipped off even more, since the time I left ASU. Radicalization in this country. In a Facebook post yesterday, Brother Jed says he was dragged off Indiana State University on 11 blah 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 immediately after he started chanting "Build the Wall." Yeah. He says the police listened to him preach the gospel for over 2 hours, but once he mentioned Trump, 6 officers surrounded him and escorted him off the school's property. I don't know. I'd like to see if... See, I don't know if I believe you. I'd like to see the video. Because I've heard it said over and over again by people like you that, yeah. I've heard it said over and over again by some of these people, like, oh, you're just discriminatory against conservatives. And it's like, they're discriminatory against you being an asshole, is what it really is. Preacher and mission... Let's try that again. Preacher and missionary Brenda Ajamain says she's known Brother Jed for 40 years. Although she admits his style of preaching can be confrontational and blunt, she says she's never known him to be a violent man. He's not a violent man. He's a reasonable, calm, good, and godly man. Smocks have hired lawyers to negotiate with the university to lift the ban. Okay, yeah. And we have... Let me get some water and then we'll read what he said. It was all about Trump. After reviewing the videos and timeline of the incident, it became evident that I, Brother Jed, was dragged off Indiana University on 9/11/19 immediately after I started chanting, "Build the wall." Oh my god, you did this on 9/11? Of course you did. Campus police had been listening to us preach the gospel for over 2 hours, but did not remove us until we voiced support for President Trump. 2 exclamation points. At the mention of our president's name, 6 officers surrounded me, Brother Jed, age 76. Why is that there? And forced me into a squad car. Then 2 officers grabbed my wife, Sister Sydney, and rushed her to a squad car. The police accused us of assaulting students to hide that they were denying our free speech. Our attorneys in negotiations with the university to have our ban lifted and an apology sent to us. And then call them, here's the numbers, blah, blah, blah. Hashtag we love Trump. Hashtag build that wall. Hashtag into you free speech. Hashtag Trump speech banned. I didn't know about this. This is amazing. You know, he had that picture talking about idolatry, and then here he is talking about Trump. Replace Jesus with Trump. These officers don't look like... Yeah. They don't look like they're particularly thrilled about any of this. Well, I don't know. Ah! Lord Tarson 33 is now following. Well, welcome to the whatever this is. I'd like to see the video. Is there a video? Does he post video in the comments? Nope. He says after reviewing the video, but it doesn't post the video. That's a little sus. Well, I appreciated him for like actually showing up to do the debates. They weren't like people. The debates weren't people screaming at each other like the normal preaching does. It was just a calm back and forth, and then, you know, open questions. Calm back and forth. I mean, like you get a set amount of time, set amount of time, set amount of time, set amount of time, and then anyone watching can ask questions. Yeah. Now, again though, it wouldn't surprise me if like after Trump came along, maybe he got like even more aggressive. Because like it seems like all the evangelicals in this country have radicalized lately. The evangelicals and yeah, all the Republicans have radicalized. So it wouldn't surprise me if as you know, a byproduct of that, he got even more aggressive and even more well, maybe potentially physical. It's incredible. What a story, right? Oh man. Did we get a big audience? It wasn't like hundreds of people, but we would fill up the room oftentimes. I didn't always go because I had better things to do at the time, but I appreciated that we did it. Let me see if I can find some videos of it. Not all of them were posted, but some of them were. Well, here's one. This one I was watching before. Yeah, you can tell this is not one I was here for because of audio, video.
Angels in rebellion against God. Now that kind of rebellion does not take place overnight. You know, it would have taken a considerable amount of time to get that much.
Here's another angle. Hold up. So, like, not entirely a full room, but you know, not no one, right?
Sex is sinful, and usually most of them don't. You know, some will raise their hand, but most of them don't. But then I'll ask, how many believe one?
Now, granted, if I were like involved with this now, I'd probably hype it up quite a bit more, and probably would be a room full of people. Probably would need a larger room, as a matter of fact.
You get married.
But
that you ought to be faithful to your.
Like, I'd be posting flyers. Come see the debate. And I'd have like his face versus someone else's face, and make it look like yeah, it's a big boxing match. Oh, that would be fun. But I'm not there anymore. I don't know if this club even exists anymore. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't, because some of these people were assholes.
Once you've made a commitment to someone, you ought to honor that commitment and trust in him.
Like that person right there.
So,
you are one of the main reasons I made this channel.
Rules against adultery.
And if you're like ghosting and like lurking and watching this, I want you to know that.
Even when you fornicate, when you have sex outside of marriage, it prevents the highest misery.
Okay, well that's that one. Here's another one. God, I hated this banner they made. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, no. The guy's wearing a fedora. Ah! There was a lot of fedora energy in this group. This guy. Oh, yeah. This guy was cool.
They're encroaching upon Judea, and they were trying.
Yeah, okay. I don't actually want to listen to this, because a lot of this debate was boring. Not like your fault, Averos. It's just the subject is like, I can't be bothered to fucking care.
Josh.
It's like Bible history. Oh man. Ugh. We're not talking about like what we believe in the Bible. We're talking about the history of it. It's oh my goodness.
So if you just raise your hand, I'll call on you and. Josh, yes.
Okay. So obviously my problems with what you said, Averos, are legion, but
a decent number of people. See? A decent number. Is she a lover or just scorned or just a dumbass? More like no. No. Maybe I scorned her. More like it, because I think a little too highly of myself.
Where did you get these?
And it's like, no, she was one of the people who got into Jordan Peterson, and I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's pretty much like the simple short of it, right? Is it's like Jordan Peterson is so obviously like. Aside from being a fucking idiot, he's so obviously his entire like claim to fame is based off of a transphobic lie, and his entire cult that he has is just full of transphobia. What you can tell it from him and everything he says, and you can tell it in the audience and everything they say. And it's like, I thought we valued this. I thought we cared about LGBT rights and, you know, honesty. Evidently, not all of us did.
What I've seen in a long time. Okay.
And that's what it was. So there's no scorn lover or anything. Nothing like that. She did offer to buy me a beer once, and I turned her down. So maybe I scorned her. That's oh, that's a recurring theme with me, I'm afraid.
You got 2 dates right. You got the date of Jesus' death and
Although that being said,
destruction of
okay,
Jerusalem.
I don't care about this guy. This guy, yeah. It's like, it's a thing that's happened with my life a few times before, quite a few times, where it's like, you know what? I think I am not such a lonely person that I will just accept any random woman who comes on to me. I'm sorry. I've got a little more going on than that. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. I don't like our gendered norms where women are expected to be the ones who are approached by men. We should abolish that system. It should be even for everyone. No gender is expected to approach the other. That's the dream, that's the goal, that's perfect, that's the ideal. However, that being said, you all should approach me. No one, well, maybe not parasocially, but like I said, I am the prettiest princess here, okay? I'm the prettiest princess at the ball at the gala, right? That's right. That's right. The woman, the men, all of you should be coming on to me. That's how it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
I want to read Psalm 137, verses 8 to 9. It says, "O Babylon, you will be destroyed. Happy is the one who pays you back for what you have done to us. Happy is the one who takes your babies and smashes them against the rocks." I wanted to know if you think that everything in the Bible is inspired by God.
Well, I believe that's inspired by God, but I believe
that's kind of a weird thing to ask. I don't know.
The author of the psalm is speaking prophetically that the Jews were happy when they got revenge. That does not necessarily God approving of their attitude.
Yeah, like what did you think he was going to say?
That's an assumption that he approves the attitude. The psalm itself does not really say that. But on the other hand, the Bible does say God does rejoice when justice is done.
The killing of a baby is considered justice.
Well, the killing of babies, the baby will get a quick trip to heaven. They've been raised by the heathen. They'll probably end up going to hell.
So then why are you against abortion?
Well, because people are taking the lives of these babies out of selfishness. But
Now, I would... Now, okay, just because something... If he thinks all of it's the divinely inspired word of God, but it's still... He could still easily say, you know, divinely inspired word of God, but still written by man, and man is fallible. And that explains everything perfectly, pretty much. See, some of these people, the approach that they have, I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, but one, they might be better off.
Like, it's like
nobody escapes Venezuela.
Oh shit.
My girlfriend said to donate to you because she won't update her expired card. Smiley face. And I enjoy your chill, based discourse as well. Keep up the good work.
Are you super ACP? Is that who you're referring to? Okay. Well, I appreciate that either way. ATC Shiffy. ATC an acronym for something? Am I like... I type in ATC and get Arizona Theater Company. No way. Are you someone I worked with? I never worked for the Arizona Theater Company, but I've worked with people who have. That would be... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, they're on to me. That's okay. That's cool. Thanks, Shiffy. Both for the donation and the compliment. That's so sweet. Chill-based discourse. You know, there are a lot of... sometimes in politics it's easy to get upset, but... Well, I have antidepressants for that. But like, let's not... You know, some people get so angry all the time. Like Hans, kind of sad. It's like, you know, you don't have to be so hostile about everything. For example, this debate, this secular free thought debate, like, sure, yeah, Averos, the guy here debating Brother Jed, these two probably have very wildly opposed political views and worldviews, and their personalities are probably very different. But look, they're still sitting down and debating. This is great. I love that. Quite possibly. It's athletic training stuff. Okay, that makes sense. That's... Sometimes, you know, every once in a while there's like some like acronym or like word or something, and it's like, I don't know what this is. And that's from an account I haven't seen before. It's like, am I being trolled? I never really know. Sometimes something happens. Anyway, that's cool. Thank you. I'll try to keep it up.
But that's not the money of the baby. They might be better off going to heaven than being raised by parents who want to kill them.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard this before. He's right. When did this come out? March 2012. This would have come out right before I joined the school.
Well, of course, the Jews were God's chosen people.
Okay. Well, I think that's enough of this one. Yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of them were kind of... I loved it when they came. I loved it when they did this. Oh, here's another one.
Good God.
Oh, this one's a good one. Yes. Oh goodness. These discussions were like so fun to me. This one was actually like full of people.
Must promote his. Is the believer. All of human action can be summarized.
Now he's preaching there.
We all have the ability.
Averos is up again.
Professional functions, let's say being a baseball player. Based on the rules of the game of baseball, we can objectively and universally agree upon that X is a good baseball player and Y is a bad baseball player. So we know that for this criteria of fulfillment of a function.
Okay, here's a good shot. This one was so full of people. There's people sitting on the floor.
Not developed to the point that they can know or understand
Yeah.
their moral obligations.
This one was awesome.
And so they would be in a state of innocence. Like
I don't think I
a
was.
young child would be a,
I don't think I was
some
like
people
in
have
the room for
developed
this.
beyond the young child mentality, and they're in a state of innocence. So they're not moral, but nor are they immoral. They're innocent. Adam was originally in a state of innocence. Not
Hey, he brought his recorder for this one.
not morally good originally at birth, but morally innocent.
See, that's just so good. That's so good. Look at all these people for this one. Ah, yes.
I'm Brandon.
And this here, that's Dan the man.
And
Not Brendan.
Jed,
The guy in the closer.
You would agree that different.
This guy on the left here in the white shirt was actually pretty cool. Like, I had respect for him. I don't think he became a Jordan Peterson chud like the others did. So I have respect for that. I don't know where he is today. I hope he's doing well.
They make are more or less if-then statements. You know, if you decide a certain thing, then the consequences are as follows.
Right.
Correct.
I think so.
Okay, so
Okay. Yo, if we're gonna like revive this, we gotta get like an auditorium with like proper audio, like Ben Shapiro style.
Do you think it's possible that even without
They had like small classrooms that are kind of shaped like miniature auditoriums. They had one of those in one of those other debates, but I don't know. Maybe this was just like the only room they could get.
And predict the consequences that can happen to you, and based on.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Can you imagine having like a, like a socialist club and like debating like political extending offers of debate to political figures for the other clubs when they come to campus to talk? That would be so cool. Ah.
Those consequences will be beneficial to the people around you and to yourself. You can make a decision and a moral decision at that.
Of course, if there is a God, we have an obligation to him if he's a loving and good God. And so any decision must promote his good. And
okay, what's this guy got?
And from that,
yeah, also a lot of these people don't have like I know I'm saying this with like years of experience, but a lot of them don't have good like public speaking skills. Yeah.
Just paint a situation for you. Say you have.
But part of the point of the club was to help develop those skills. So that's an unfair criticism, Zach. I take it back. I'm sorry. It's just part of the point was, you know, we engage in like in discussions with each other so that we get better at discussing these things out or talking these things through and all that.
Kids and they go down to someplace in the ocean and they go underneath the water and they're in some sort of submarine. This is all hypothetical. And something happens, they're stuck down there, and you can choose to bring them a tank of air to help them survive for longer, to help them come. Would you agree that that would be a morally good thing to do?
yes.
Okay. If we take that same standard, how is it that when there's a natural disaster or a kid gets cancer or anything like that, that God, if he's omnipotent and all-knowing, all-powerful, refuses to do something about it or can't? And from that, how does it follow, if you concede that point, how does it follow that we can get objective morality from that?
I suppose you could follow that up with saying, well, it's not necessarily God's responsibility to do those things because he gave us the power to do them ourselves. This moral conundrum is a test of God. He's given us the power to save these people after hurricanes. It's up to us to actually do something about it. I guess that would be the answer you could give.
Well, God basically expects us to govern ourselves in the light of the laws of nature, and nature's God. And so we should have charitable organizations. The church is supposed to do something. And when there are natural disasters and calamities throughout the world, the church always responds and sends people.
I'm good at this. I am good at this.
To help out, sends doctors.
See, okay, that's the mark of a good toot my own horn. Doot, 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 doot. That's the mark of a good, like, mind, I guess. You gotta, being able to think of what your opponent might say, someone you disagree with would say, in response to something. That's good. I got experience.
World. So God is expecting his people. God work.
Okay, hold on. I take air traffic control. Hey, that's a good job, though. You know, unless you unionize and then you get fired by Reagan. The things to get upset about: hostility, polarized, and shuts down the discourse. There are times to be hostile, but yeah, there are times to be hostile, make no mistake, but not every little thing is worth going nuclear over. Now, okay, for example, if I get into a discussion with Tucker Carlson, it's going to be a fight. If me and him are in the same room, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be aggressive, regardless of what happens. However, someone mentions Vosh in a Reddit thread, people go nuclear over it. Someone mentions him on stream, people dogpile them. Someone mentions them in TikTok, then hundreds of commenters come on saying, no, he's terrible, he's awful. Be fucking proportional. My God. Oh, bye, Super ACP. Have fun. You're going to get me on the Hippy Dippy panel? That's fun. We'll see. And you said how a secular club could fall for the JP stuff. Well, I think a lot of it amounts to the Gamergate stuff. Because a lot of the so-called like internet atheists back then, because this was like an atheist club, a lot of those like internet atheists, a lot of them kind of became reactionary. It's just a similar train of thought, really. It's like I kind of felt betrayed because it was like I turned my back for a couple years, and then what the fuck happened to you?
Works through his people to do that, and granted, perhaps sometimes
that's a good way to think about it. God works through his people. That is a good way of thinking about it. I don't think I would have. Yeah, I don't think I would have come up with that.
His people fail in their moral obligation.
That's not what I asked. I asked if God can intercede, why doesn't he?
Well,
if he's perfectly moral.
When God gave man a free will.
He gave an answer. Now, the better question, the better part of that is how do you get objective morality out of that? And that's a lot more complicated. I don't know if I could. Ugh. How would Brother Jed say you get objective morality out of that? I feel like a lot of people who make arguments for objective morality don't quite provide like criteria that satisfies me for saying this is proof of objective morality. A lot of it seems circular.
God limited.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Allowed.
I'm talking about a natural disaster. Just like that was my.
Okay, as I say, God has his people, and he expects them to intervene and help when there is a natural disaster.
This is a good answer from Brother Jed, not gonna lie.
And God commonly responds in prayer, and I'm not saying God never works miraculously. You know, often when we hear natural disasters, I hear all sorts of people get on television and testify how God helped them through a particular situation in a miraculous way.
Or you could also say, you know, God sent the boats. God sent the helicopters. God sent the taxpayers to pay for them.
So we have countless testimonies of God doing these things.
Okay, can I respond? Actually, I'll respond to the statement by elaborating what Brother Jed is saying. From a traditional monotheistic
See, already, different caliber. This guy is way ahead.
Viewpoint, if you grant the supposition that God is a sentient being who actually has a kind of a moral mindset the way we do, he therefore, in order for virtue to occur, in order for good conduct to occur, free will must exist. Humans must have to choose. Now it means two things. Of course, one, God does not want to be necessarily in human affairs, and the miracles in the Bible recorded would be signs for God to show, well, I'm there, so whatever.
I want to do this again, man. This is so satisfying.
But he would not interfere in human affairs. But as far as your answer to your question about the natural disasters is also, natural disasters become ways for human beings to show their virtue. To therefore, let's say a Christian could argue or a Muslim could argue that therefore, when a disaster happens, like a tsunami happens, something of the kind, it gives these human beings a possibility, opportunity to basically do good. So it becomes a form of test, so to speak. And so The
There we
fundamental
go.
idea would be, of course, if judgment is.
All right, let's skip ahead. That guy, see, yeah, Averos here, much. Also, last I checked, I believe he was also an atheist, but already like, the response he's given is a much higher quality than the questions the guy was asking.
A conversation right now would be completely useless.
All right,
So
I want to
Trinity
see
is
what
true,
this
then,
person
is
in
Trinity
black
unity-
says.
Brother Chatham, what about societies that had no contact with Christianity prior to the early settlers and conquerors of Americas? For example, the Hopi Indians believe in a form of animism that's comparable and sometimes exceeds the standards of Christianity. Would people like that be condemned to hell, even though that their morality and their standards in life exceed that of a Christianity?
Well, if a people or person has never heard of Jesus, they are not accountable for knowing him. We're only accountable for what we've had the possibility of knowing. Now, men universally have a conscience. Men universally know right from wrong. And I'm afraid we've all violated our conscience.
I disagree, but carry on.
So therefore, we are all deserving of hell. And animists essentially worship nature, worship the creation. Well, the creation testifies to a creator. That's why the psalmist said, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament showeth forth his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech. Night unto night shows knowledge. There's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. This building testifies to a builder. Consider how much more
remember this guy is an evangelical.
complex and intricate the universe is. If this building needed a builder, then how much more does the universe? It doesn't take faith to believe in God, that he exists. No more than it takes faith to believe this building required an architect.
Well, the response to that is, well, the puddle fits the pothole. You look around, you say, wow, this is a nice world. I fit perfectly. This world is clearly designed so that we can live here. In reality, however, we evolved to live here. This world existed long before us. It will exist long after. But we are the creations, or we are the creations. We're the things that came out of the world. We're from the world, living in the world. Like how it's kind of like if after a bunch of rain, a pothole fills with water. It fits perfectly. But that is not the shape that water always takes. That's just the shape water takes within that pothole. If the pothole were shaped differently, it would look different. If it were an ice cube, it would look like an ice cube.
It does take faith that we walked inside this building.
It's happening. All right, we can probably end the stream around here anyway. Are we back? Are we back? Cool. Well, I think we would probably be done here. Yeah, this is probably a decent enough spot to end it, I guess. We didn't play Disco Elysium, but that's okay because I did put a question mark on it, so it was a question rather than a statement of me saying I was gonna play Disco Elysium. See, I got you. Yeah, debate lord tactics. All right. Also, like, I wasn't sure. I haven't decided what game to play next, like, on stream. You know, after the recovery of Doki Doki Literature Club. it seems like people... Or it seems like Disco Elysium seems like an excellent pick for that, though. But, I don't know. Do we think so? Yeah? Disco Elysium for the next stream? We'll do it on the next one. That sound good? Yeah? Okay. All right, everyone. Farewell. Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. It's been great. Take care of yourselves. Do not despair. That's That's a good thing. Be careful and vigilant if you're going to go to protests, and look out for yourself and your friends and all that. Okay? There are some psychos out there. Don't fret about Kyle Rittenhouse. He's just one guy, and it's probably not going to be. Probably may not be a whole lot with him in the future. I guess time will tell. We'll find out. But regardless, there's not much you can do about it. But you can affect yourself and the people around you. So look out for them. And stay alive and stay healthy, because that's the only way you're going to get anything done. Okay? Okay. And you say you've never heard of it? Well, it won like some independent game award like a few years ago, and then when they went up to accept the award, they were like, "We would like to thank Karl Marx and Frederick Engels for giving us the ability to understand systemic analyses of the societies in which we live." That was pretty cool. It was something like that. Anyway, that's how I know it. All right, cool. Bye, everyone.